All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity, risking their freedoms and their lives to do so. This is Brother Lahab coming to you with a part two on this Genius Act, man. It's hey man, a genius came up with it, man. A real genius came up with this act. But it says 5 things to know, because he just recently signed this into law. All right, 5 things to know as the Genius Act becomes law. All right. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is under the Fair Use Act. I'm using this public news site to broadcast a message, not for monetary gains, but for educational purposes. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Our water line broke.
So I can
It could cost a fortune to get a contractor to come fix it, and it's not covered by homeowners insurance.
That's why you should have HomeServe.
It's Tom Merson, CEO of HomeServe.
Sooner rather than later, this system is going to come.
Qualified contractor to fix it and pays for the covered repairs.
And once it
With
does,
HomeServe,
there's
the
not going to be
American
any
dream of
turning
owning a
back.
home doesn't need to be a
Then
nightmare.
it's really going
Plans
to
from
put
HomeServe start at just $4.99 a month.
stop to scoffers, in that day, man. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to direct the chairman of the full committee to authorize and issue a subpoena for Ghislaine Maxwell to appear for a deposition.
I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Yeah, this is something that's needed.
Criminal aliens have no place walking the streets of America attacking American citizens. People will put politics over public safety. And in every sanctuary city does it.
The leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? This was treason. This was every word you can think of.
And now you actually, it's funny that he brought up Obama. You actually hear Obama backing Trump, telling Democrats to stop whining. This is a part of the process. As much as they'll try to make you think that Obama and Trump don't get along in this whole racism thing in America, they're on the same agenda, man. Digital system. All right. You will rule on that. Inside joke. Yeah. But yeah,
1 in 10 kids.
All right. It says President Trump signed the Genius Act into law on Friday, enacting the first major cryptocurrency legislation. The bill, which sets up a regulatory framework for payment stablecoins, reached Trump's desk after a tumultuous week in the House. And all right, this still isn't a complete digital system. All right, this is just building us up for that. That's the reason why you have the cashless bill. All these things, this whole system of what he's setting up for this totalitarian society where you don't have any rights. There is no due process. All right. It's pretty much just going to be capital punishment. Judge Dredd. It's going to be pretty much capital punishment, All right. And it says the bill, which sets up a regulatory framework for payment stablecoins after a tumultuous week in the House, in which competing competing GOP factions revolted over a trio of crypto bills in which, they're gonna go be down for it too. Because hey man, those guys, most of them are still lesser luminaries, even though this whole digital system is not that of what would normally be pushed through a conservative party, man. All right. Unless you're one of those radical conservatives, but even, you got a lot of guys that's like Elon Musk that's just, that's into, still Esau's a way of life of the beast, and they're also in the conservative lifestyle. But then you also got the guys of the conservative lifestyle that have morals and are of a Christian upbringing, all right? They don't deal with that, man. And most of them know that this digital system is leading towards the charagma, all right? Yeah, you got your Christians that understand even that, man. When you some of you dumb Israelites don't even understand that, man. And they not even gonna be saved, man. All right? But yeah, it says, the chaos brought the House floor to a standstill and resulted in the longest vote on record in the chamber. Republican leaders struck a deal late Wednesday night to move forward with consideration of the bills under freezing the floor and allowing votes to proceed on Thursday. The House ultimately voted the 301-122 pass to Genius Act, and with 102 Democrats joining most Republicans to support the legislation. Because like I said, Obama and what's the old dopey guy, Joe, all right, they're both, of a Democratic agenda, but what are they pushing? They were pushing this digital system all through the leftist side, all right? But this shows you, as we spoke before, man, that this is that lamb that speaks as a dragon to get everything in his hand to prosper. Because he's sitting in the temple of the Most High, showing that he is the Most High. All right. This devil tries to use both sides, all right, to persuade you people. We haven't really said it in a while, but we would say this guy has a favorite everything to entice you to or to get you to be alone with this place. He has your favorite rapper, your favorite actor, your favorite scent. All right. It talks about that in the book of Revelations, man. When those men were bringing these things to this world, what is it to do, man? When you can get someone according to their pleasures and their lusts, you can pretty much control them, man. All right. And it talks about that in the scriptures, man. That you're basically a servant of sin, man. About being hooked according to your lusts and your pleasures, man. It talks about those things making a fool out of you, man. But that's how this devil controls people according to their desires. But his desire, his devilism also goes into your welfare and your needs, man. I'm probably gonna do a lesson on it in a little bit, where this person was wilding out in Arizona, and it was live feed, because they had gotten fired. But on the flip side, it does talk about I'm gonna get it real quick. It does talk about, when you take away someone's wages, you're basically you're murdering them. Because now they don't have a way to provide for them, nor for their household, man. Which is one of the reasons why welfare was supposed to be set up when people fell on hard times. But this devil's system is so unrighteous, he got unrighteous people using it, as well as, you got a few downtrodden people, but also his system, the way it's set up, he's funneling more money out of this place than anything, and then calling people useless eaters, man. All right? Which, once again, that's the reason why he's setting up a digital system to track where the money is going. That's how much of a miser, and if they would not have left some gleaning grace, man, this man wants everything. But instead I had called for one second. Oh shit, I'm all the way off. Sirach 34. I thought it was in 24. Well, yeah, this is Sirach 34 and 22. It says, "He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder." All right. So the way that this system is set up for people to fail as soon as they're getting close, or you're basically robbing Peter to pay Paul instead of getting a fair living, man. You know, which is another reason why people bug out, because all these goddamn bills, man. The amount to your paycheck doesn't equal the payments that you have to make to your finances. All right, that's another thing that goes on in society. You know, people are already living paycheck to paycheck, but now you're introducing a system where you're gonna really be in control of everything that goes to someone's pocket, just so you can tax it even more, man. All right, because even with that system, there's going to be a fixed amount on what you can deal with, just like how you can only have so much amounts of money in a bank, you know, because he saw beyond that, man. He's a greedy man. He wants everything, even things that you don't find valuable, bro. You may not find it valuable, but he said, you know what? He's basically a dragon. And that's what the scriptures call him, man. As a matter of fact, because he's a liar. That old serpent, the devil, man. Just thinking about that. What was that one Lord of the Rings movie, the Dwarf King? I kind of forget the name of it, but yeah, the dragon was what collecting all this treasure just to do nothing with it, just to have it. You all right? Just to have it, and that's what Esau is, man. He's just a fucking dragon that the Lord is going to come and chop down. This is Isaiah 27:1. In that day, the Lord Yahweh with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, and the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent. That's how we know it's talking about you, E, because everything about you is crooked, man. From your sexuality to your entire mindset, man. You are a crooked man. You have crooked ways, man. You have a mindset of betrayal, from the upper elites to the average peon Edomite, man. That's the reason why the Lord is not going to allow you to come back, all right, after 1,000 years, man. You know what I mean by that? As a nation, as a people, because the Lord doesn't eliminate spirits, but He's not going to allow anything to be called Esau, Edom ever again, man. Yeah, you're going to have people out there that get judged with leprosy, but you're not going to have a whole nation of lepers walking around, man, because that is a mark of a curse. Which, what is a curse? A curse is something that you get from being wicked. Just put it that way, man. Because it says the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. That's the reason why people get diseases. That's the reason why fucked up shit happen to people. And every last one of them. That's the reason why anything can happen to us, because people, everybody owes the Lord, man. His system is not a debt system. It's not Eve's system. This crooked serpent, man, he must go down. And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea, amongst these people, man. The Lord's going to make this man's judgment known, man. That's why it says that it's reached all the way unto the heavens. But I'm going to end it off with this Job chapter 5, in verse... I'm going to start at verse 8. This is Job 5:8. I would seek unto my power, and unto my power would I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the fields, to set up on high those that be low, and that those which mourn may be exalted to safety, which that's what we're coming into, man. The end of this place is the beginning of our lives, man. Where we can actually live and thrive and see prosperity without looking for the bad, Because in this society, if you're wise, you have to look for, what's going to go wrong, All right? Because this is not the land of make-believe where whatever you believe is going to just be that. No, this is like it says in the book of 2nd Ezra, man. This has been set up with great peril, since the sons of Adam transgressed, man. All right. Oh, Adam, what hast thou done, man? He didn't just fall, we all fell. But this was for our learning, man, so that we can get to the kingdom, to become pure, unadulterated, knowing both sides gods, man. To be all righteous, man. That's the reason why the devil had to be in charge. We had to learn what it was like to serve wickedness, man, so that we can rebuke it. All right. But it says, verse 10, it says, who giveth, it's like I read that. This is verse 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. All right. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong, man. Right. So this devil, he's thinking that he's going to get away scot-free. No, he's not. He's going straight in the chains, man. And that's he thought to do unto us, it's going to be done unto him. All right. He wanted to have us a continual slave until he destroyed us completely. And he had no reason to have us anymore until he finally got what he... Man, if Esau finally fulfilled everything and it just went his way, you know what he'd do? He'd just get rid of Jake. He did what he needs you for. All right. Likewise, when we have our kingdom, well, you've served your captivity. You've served enough of judgment. I'm sick and tired. I'm not even delighted in beating your ass anymore. Now is that you could just be toast, man, according to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and these words must be fulfilled, man. All right. So this digital system that's being enacted is gonna happen, man. Hey, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will tarry. It will not tarry. It will surely come, man. What the Lord spoke will come. We just gotta wait. All right. The Lord wants to catch a lot of people forgetting that it's June. Catch your ass in May with that June, man. The Lord is coming at a time where you're not aware, just to make fools out of all the prideful, man. All right. And if you took that bag, your ass is grass. But with that, I'm going to end this lesson off and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Shalom and a Bible ball.